Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's OJ over here from PlayerEssence.com, and welcome to another PE News segment. And today we've got a lot of great news because Nintendo had their Q3 financial investor meeting and they're selling a lot. Now, the hardware sales necessarily aren't so good, but the software sales for some of these titles are amazing. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start off with Wii U software, and Mario Kart 8 is blazing a trail. At 7.24 million units sold, Mario Kart 8 is easily the highest Wii U game sold so far and has done very well for itself. Next, we have New Super Mario Bros. U, which has sold 5.08 million units. And a lot of this is actually attributed to the bundle that was released. And remember, these sales include digital and physical and bundled sales. Next, we have Nintendo Land. Same type of deal. 5.02 million units sold. That's mainly majority of the Wii U units as far as console sales go come from bundles for Nintendo Land. Next, we have Super Mario 3D World at 4.63 million units sold, which is very good for that game. A lot of people didn't think they'd even get that high, so I'm glad to see Super Mario 3D World doing well. Next, we have Super Smash Bros. 4 Wii U at 4.61 million units sold. This is my baby. This is my favorite game on Wii U. I absolutely love it, and it's so good to see that it's almost nearing 5 million units sold. Next, we have Splatoon at 4.06 million units sold. This is Nintendo's killer IP, killer new app, and I'm so glad also to see Splatoon doing well because it shows that Nintendo can make a brand new IP and have it sell just as well as a Mario game. Next, we have Super Mario Maker at 3.34 million units sold. Following that is Super Luigi U at 2.42 million units sold. Next, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD at 1.69 million units sold. And after that is Mario Party 10 at 1.65 million units sold. Now, this list doesn't include all of Nintendo's million sellers. It seems like Nintendo was only including games that it sold 1.5 million units and up on Wii U. Next, we have the Nintendo 3DS. And this system, as far as software sales, have sold gangbusters. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Pokemon X and Y has sold 14.46 million units. Mario Kart 7 has sold 13.03 million units. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have sold 11.46 million units. Super Mario 3D Land has sold 10.63 million units. New Super Mario Bros. 2 has sold 10.04 million units. Animal Crossing New Leaf has sold 9.86 million units. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS has sold 7.92 million units. Tomodachi Life has sold 4.89 million units. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon has sold 4.75 million units. And Nintendogs Plus Cats has sold 3.96 million units. Once again, this list includes digital sales and it includes bundled sales, and this doesn't show all of Nintendo's million sellers because there's actually been some games like Lego City that they've shown on some of their financial reports that have sold over 1 million units, but it wasn't on this updated list. So once again, it's just some of their best sellers. I'd probably say that they only included games that have sold at least 3.5 million or more. So once again, doing very well as far as Nintendo 3DS goes. Wii U software sales have been very good. And overall, Nintendo, obviously, their console sales and their software sales are dwindling a little bit as far as from last generation, but they still know how to sell software with the best as far as attach ratios go. Speaking of high-selling games, Fallout 4 has a brand new patch that's live right now for Steam users. Patch 1.3 is out, so if you want to go ahead and hop on your PC and download that, you can do that. Now, if you own a PS4 or Xbox One and you're looking forward to the Fallout 4 patch, don't worry because it's coming later this week. If you want all the details as far as what they're adding, because there's quite a list of features, you can head over to PlayerEssence.com, that'll be in the description below, or you can head over to the official Fallout 4 forums patch. I'll have links to both of those places right below in the description so you can check out everything that they're adding and subtracting, pretty much all adding though, to the game. And in other massive, awesome RPG news, Final Fantasy 15 is nearing its announcement for its release date, which is coming in 2016. Square Enix has promised on March 30th, Greg Miller and another guy will be hosting an event in Los Angeles called Uncovered Final Fantasy 15, and there we will finally know the release date for Final Fantasy 15 on PS4 and Xbox One. Guys, this is 10 years in the making. 2006, I was a freshman in college. It's been quite a long time since they announced this game, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see this event. I can't wait to see the new content and everything they've put up. On the active time battle report that they just released, there was a lot of great content. They showed off some of the stealth gameplay, they showed off some new people in the game. It just looks amazing. The graphics are spectacular. This is easily one of the best looking RPGs, if not the best looking RPG ever made. I can't wait to see more on Final Fantasy 15. Stay tuned to PlayerEssence for all the latest news on Final Fantasy 15 in our coverage, because we're going to be covering that pretty soon. Obviously, it's coming up March 30th, so we have a little bit of time, but guys, it's going to be really good. I loved Final Fantasy 15 as far as the demo goes. I think there's a lot of great stuff in there. They need to fine-tune some things, but I really think that they're making progress, and this game is finally ready to come out, and I'll be first in line to buy that game. It's going to be so awesome. And speaking of things awesome that aren't out yet, Nintendo President and CEO Tatsumi Kimishima has said an update on the Nintendo NX will not take too long into the year. So Nintendo is going to announce something on the Nintendo NX this year, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be later in the year. It seems like it might be sooner than later, and it might be before E3. So let's go ahead and get into the actual things as far as what he said and what analysts are predicting as well, because there's quite a bit of information, and I'll have a link in the description below to where you can check out everything that I'm about to say. Analysts expect Miitomo, developed in partnership with mobile game platform operator DNA Inc., to contribute little to earnings. It will be a free download and built around communication features, meaning users won't spend a lot for add-on items in a race for high scores. Analysts have been watching for indications of how Nintendo's mobile game will interact with the next generation system that Nintendo has under development, codenamed NX. Mr. Kimishima said Tuesday that the company will provide an update not too late in the course of this year. Analysts expect Nintendo NX to be unveiled in spring, with a possible release in October or November. Nintendo's NX and smartphone games will be a test case for the video game industry's trend of trying to merge smart device games and console-based games, said Junko Yamamura, an analyst at Nomura Securities. So this is really interesting. As far as my take on this whole thing, I definitely think Nintendo should go the route of Microsoft and Sony and announce the console as far as revealing it before E3. They should reveal it beforehand in its own carved out event, to where you don't have to compete with VR, with all the third-party games that Microsoft and Sony are having, and all the distractions, and have to bracket it into a 45 to an hour-long Nintendo Direct. That's what can create confusion, and that was the issue with the Wii U. They went at E3, there was some confusion based on the time limits that they have. If you make your own event, you can set how long you're going to do it. You can set all the parameters. You don't have to work in the confines of E3, and you don't have to worry about announcing a bunch of games alongside of it, because yes, you can announce a system, but you also have to talk about games. You have to have trailers. You have to have all that stuff. Whereas if you carve out your own path, carve out your own date beforehand, you can unveil the system, you can say some of its features, you can get all that out of the way. And then if there's misconceptions, if there's confusion, you can do all of that PR afterwards leading up to E3. You don't have to worry about that being the centerpiece and the confusion being at E3, the biggest show. At E3, then you can focus on just refining what your system is offering, and the games and the trailers and the news. That's the best way to do it. I think Sony nailed that so well. They had that February event, then they had E3 blowout as far as games, what third-party developers were doing, and bam. Combine that with some slip-ups from Nintendo and from Microsoft, and there you go. You got 30, almost 40 million units sold at this point. So I definitely think Nintendo should take that route. Show off the system beforehand, let people know what it can do. Don't reveal everything, but just show off the basic concepts and say, this is what you're going to be able to get this year if it's launching. And then at E3, that's when you go in hard. I think that's the best way to do it, but we will have to wait and see to see what Nintendo does. It's going to be interesting for sure, because 2016 is going to be an amazing year for gaming. Alright, so that basically wraps it up for all the news here on this PE News segment. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And please feel free to comment on any one of these topics in the comment section below. I'll try to respond to all of you guys. And also, hit the description. There you'll have links to all the stories here, just so you can read up yourself on it. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. Thank you so much for watching this segment, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.